So initially, that's why you gravitated towards boudoir, because you'd already done it, and you'd already done it because you'd been asked to do it, not necessarily because you were trying to make that happen.
No, it was purely like, okay, what do I have a portfolio for? What am I somewhat versed in? And what can I do with, at that point, so I had a studio in Denver. When we moved to Tucson, I was shooting out of my house. I looked at commercial spaces, and it was obnoxiously expensive, like way more than what Denver was. So I said, screw it. Like, I turned half of my house into a studio. And so what can I shoot, with a limited space in here? Yeah.
Right.
And so boudoir was the thing. And I always say this, and I actually had someone write me right after ClickCon, so August of last year. They wrote me, they were like, I sat through your class and I really wanted to not like you because you said you weren't passionate about photography. And it's true. Like, I was never the person who was like, I have to be a photographer because I'm super passionate about this. It's like a live or die thing for me.
Right.
It was, this is the only business I know at this point. Like, I've been doing it for several years, like out of high school. The economy out of college, economy had crashed. So I can't get a job in like psychology at all.
So it was like circumstance and experience that made it sense for you to do that.
Absolutely. And it was like, I looked at it, and even after I graduated with my master's, I looked at jobs in that field, and I would be taking such a huge pay cut that it didn't make sense to go work for someone else, to have set hours, to not be able to take off when I wanted to, and not be my own boss. For less money. And to take a huge pay cut. I was like, the only thing that there is like health insurance, and even that's kind of crappy. Right. It's worth it.
Right.
So yeah, it was purely, like you said, it was circumstantial. Like, this is something I'm good at. I enjoy it enough. So let's go with it. And
because you can enjoy it without it being like your world.
Right.
And that's okay, is it not?
I think
you
that's
enjoy it.
Better.
It's fun. It can be.
Right.
Because
it's a job. There's days where you hate it. I don't care how passionate you are about something. And I know plenty of people who are incredible artists and they're super passionate about it, and they can't make a living out of it.
Also that.
Because they can't look at it as a business. And I've always looked at it from the business standpoint. Like, how do I make this make me money? Like,
well, haven't you also seen where someone has like a passion or a hobby or whatever, and then once it becomes their job or their main source of revenue, they get burnt out, or or it ceases to become their passion or their hobby, to the point where they just don't, like, well, you said that guy, maybe that guy you worked for.
That's exactly what happened.
Maybe that's what happened to him.
Yep. Because he was an incredible photographer. He hated the business side of it. That's why I got so good at the business side of it, because I did all the business side of it
because you were doing that already.
Yep. Right. And he got burnt out because it wasn't what he thought. And I think a lot of people go into any business, whether it's photography, fitness, hair, makeup, whatever it is, because they have it as a hobby and they really enjoy it as a hobby. And then all of a sudden, once it shifts into being a business, only about 10% of what you do is the stuff you enjoy. The other 90% is work. It's the marketing and the cleaning up and the having to get back to people and emails and phone calls. And it's like, what happened? And people don't realize that switch happens when you have to do it for a profit.
Of course. Hey guys, thanks for watching this conversation presented by White House Custom Color on YouTube. Be sure to check out our other content and click that subscribe button right there. Right there. It's there somewhere.